What's good, guys? It's your boy JP here, and this is a new segment I like to call Barber Talk. Here with owner/barber Isaiah Cruz.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Isaiah, and I've been cutting now for about 3 years, and now I went from a barber now to an owner.
Yes, and let's talk about it, like your whole journey. So, what got you into cutting in the first place?
What got me into cutting in the first place, man, was like a bunch of things. One main factor was definitely like me going to school with like Victor, because at the time we were both just going to school and like we got in close as friends. And I just got to see like how like successful and happy he was doing it at the time. This guy would even skip class to go to a House of Hayes to cut, or like or his other salon before, just to go and cut and get, make some money for himself. And then also besides Victor being a big factor and a big part of that was also like my young boys like DC and Daryl, because they were cutting for quite some time at that point, and just seeing them like do what they do and like seeing how happy they were and like how busy they were. It kind of like made me really want to get into barbering.
Yeah.
So
What year was this, would you say?
I think this was about 2019, around 2019, yeah,
Okay, nice.
around there. So it's been quite a bit of time now.
Right, yeah. So you were cutting for just a year before the pandemic hit, eh?
Yeah, before the pandemic, went to went to shits.
Yeah. So let's talk about, how was your first cut? Do you remember the clipper you used?
Yeah, fam. Oh my god, my first cut, bro, was actually so ass. Like, it was so bad.
It's okay, yeah. Everyone starts somewhere, right?
In terms of my clipper that I used, it was an Andis Envy.
The red clipper, right?
No, mine was actually like gray. I got it from Victor. He gave it to me for cheap. So he gave me that, and he gave me like the purple guards.
Oh yeah,
so,
the classics.
Yeah, the classics. So I can't go wrong with those ones. But that cut took actually 2 hours because 1 hour I did by myself.
Yeah.
And then after that, this was like 11 o'clock, and it was so late at night. And then I was just shaking it, shaking the whole cut. It's my first time picking up clippers.
It was nerve-wracking.
It was nerve-wracking. I was shaking my hand, everything. But then I was like, let me call Victor.
Yeah.
I called Victor, and he answered. He was so pissed. He's like, what do you want? And I was like, could you come by? Because he's like down the street from me. So he came by. He saved my cut and like just taught me a bit. And actually, my first cut was actually our good friend EJ.
Shout out EJ, yo.
Yeah, so that was definitely a fun time.
Nice. What was it? Do you remember what he asked for? And like,
in terms of what he asked, he just this guy said, told me what he asked, bro. You think I'm gonna remember that? No, he definitely winged it. He's just like, just do whatever the hell you want,
Yeah.
So I did whatever the hell I could.
Okay.
I think I got like a 1, and I just went straight up to the ridge, past the ridge, everything.
Oh, bro.
I think it was like more like a bowl cut.
How was what was going through your head during that first cut? Like,
bro, I was like, this isn't for me. I was like, I bun this. I can't be a barber. I'm gonna stick to electrical. I'll stick to electrical. This ain't for me.
Oh.
But I was like, my hand was like shaking. And I was like, how do barbers have such a steady hand,
Yeah.
So I was like, this can't be for me, So that was
how did EJ feel after that first cut?
I know that guy was like, fuck this guy, bro. I'm only gonna allow him one time and one time only. So no, shout out him for coming to me after a few more times after I got a bit better. But taking the guy to go to church like that. He had to go to church looking all bummy and stuff. So that was
wear a hat at church either.
Yeah. He had to wear a hat at church. So that was a good time.
How long do you think it took you to get like decent enough where you're like, let me join a shop?
I think it took me about several months for sure.
Nice.
Because like I would ask like Daryl and DC some questions. I'd send them my pictures or like my cuts, and then they're like, it's the same shit, bro. Guidelines. Why do you have such a harsh guideline? Victor too. At least Victor was closer. He'd come by whenever he's free after like his busy day. He'd come by to my kitchen because I'd be cutting in the kitchen, and then he'd come by and show me a few things, and it was really nice of those three to like help me out when I was starting out. So shout out them.
And your first shop was Creation, right?
Yeah, with you guys, man. Like, that was a fun time, man.
Trust, yo. That's family for life.
Yeah, that's family. Yeah. All of those guys. Working with you guys from day in and day out, going there. It was just nice to be working with like great people and like talented barbers, and then that really motivated me to like really work, like realize it's like I could do barbering full time. Because you guys are doing so well for yourselves, and you guys are so talented. So it's like in this industry, like you can continue to grow. Continue to like get better each and every day. So that was really nice to see.
Nice. What would you say you learned the most at your first shop? Like, what was your experience like? And
I think just working with a team and just the whole shop environment. That was something I really liked. Like we'd be goofs and stuff, and like we'd mess around. But then also when it came down to like just cutting hair and working, like everyone was working. Everyone there was like a great worker. Everyone was there just like grinding as much as they can. Never seen anyone like post as much as we did, to be honest. We were posting like non-stop in terms of our social media. So that was a great time. And then also just like the fact that we chilled with each other, that meant a lot.
Created that bond.
Yeah, that bond. Yeah, we'd go to like St. Louis. We'd go to like for lunch. We'd go to China Cottage. Yeah, so it was great being around you guys. We'd gamble sometimes. Go to with Lou and stuff. So that was fun.
Yeah, and the fact that everyone there was just a solid team. Everyone was so good, it elevated you to be better too.
Yeah, exactly.
So gotta love it.
I love those guys. So I'm very happy with where everyone is now. Happy to catch up with them. Every time I see you guys, it's always love. So that's how it is there.
Yeah. And then 2020, COVID hits. And so what was that? What was that like for you, cutting around that time?
COVID, bro, was rough. Like not just getting bodied by COVID itself, like getting COVID. I think it was just the whole like, everyone was building momentum in terms of their barbering career and creation, and then for that to come to a stop, it was kind of rough. Yeah. And then for me personally, it's like I was cutting, like I think I was the only one cutting. I swear to God, like
one of the only few people.
And my mom was yelling at me every day about it. Like, are they wearing masks? They show them like they gotta show your vaccine. But I was like, I need this money. Like I'm broke. So it was definitely an interesting time, I'd say, for COVID. I learned a lot as a person, and like I learned a lot in the basement just cutting by myself, and I definitely felt much different, than being around you guys every day. It felt kind of lonely at times, but I grew as a barber and a person just during COVID. Nice. So.
And during that time too, you saved enough money to open your own shop. How is that going from barber to owner? And guide me through that process of how you came up with the name District and like, guide me through.
So basically, in terms of like saving up for the shop, that was definitely one of the tougher parts of like coming up with a shop. So what happened was during COVID, I was working at a full-time job as a quality control tech at one of the companies close by, and then I was doing that from like 7 a.m. to 4. And then after that I would come home and then cut from like 5 to like 10, And then so during that full year I'd be working like basically 6 to 7 days. Just trying to save up as much as I can. So the saving part was very big, but then also the planning. I didn't realize how freaking much work that was until like I sat down and like all the paperwork started coming, like opening up your business, getting your license and stuff. And then looking for spots. Looking for spots during COVID was really tough. People would think it was easy because a lot of like places would be like leaving or like vacant, but it was just like the fact that it's like you have to pick like the space that's like best for you and like best for whoever you bring to the team. At one point I was looking at Midland and Finch. That would have been a great spot, but it's just like at the time starting out, I think rent was too high. And I feel like I would love to like grow like a business somewhere else for a bit and then maybe look elsewhere. But Midland and Finch was definitely a place I'd like to have been at.
And then maybe District 2 will be there.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see when the time comes or if I get the chance. That'd be great. In terms of the word district and how it came to be, honestly, fam, it was pretty simple. I was just like, for me, it was like the more idea, like especially here, like on south of Scarborough. I wanted something like community based because I'm like a really big believer on that and like just being like family oriented and stuff. So for me, I was like, what the hell is just synonym for community? I just started Googling like names and stuff, and then basically like like some of them were like like the section, like there was like section, there was like community, like a bunch of like different names. And then honestly, I saw the word district, I was like, like it rolls off the tongue nice and stuff. And then after I found I saw district, and then I was like, let me just Google, is there anything like close to district? And there is one, but it's like a hair studio, it's a hair salon, it's in Vaughan. But like I was like, district barbershop, I'll take that because there's a salon. So I was like, okay. So I rolled with district, and ever since it's been pretty good.
That's good, Joe. You guys have been open for
a year and a half.
Now?
Yeah.
And how was the start to now? How would you?
I think it's definitely been it's had its moments. Like I guess for every other shop, but for me it's like something I wouldn't change for the world. Being able to work with these guys day in and day out, getting much closer to them. We go to cottages a lot, we hang out a lot. They're basically family to me. But definitely the whole experience of like what you said, like being from barber to owner, it's tough. Like just because like there's more responsibilities. Managing people now is a thing because as a barber, right, you're just cutting, trying to get by, enjoying your time off and stuff. But then as a barber owner, there's a lot of behind the scenes I have to focus on, like in terms of like maintaining the shop, checking up on everyone if they're okay, And it's definitely hard because like as you may know, like some of these guys are like really close friends of mine.
Yeah.
So now it's like there are times when it's like hard for me to differentiate between being a friend and an owner.
You have to keep business,
and then friend as a friend. So I've been picking up that slowly, and as of right now, in terms of how business is going, I'd say it's like it's getting there. It's a slow and steady grind for sure, but I'm happy with where we are right now. So
that's good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Barber game now? Like,
I think it's crazy because the way I look at it, the younger people are getting super nice.
Yeah, like
like they're so
too,
talented.
yeah.
Like for me here, right, we have our young barber Caden. He's only in grade 12. This guy's disgusting.
Yeah.
He's like he's gross, and like it's like the younger generation is just getting better, and like I'll be honest, like it's harder to keep up with them. So that's why it's like I'm always on my toes and like have to get better, definitely for myself too. And then I feel like I think there's a lot more barbershops opening up, to be honest. That's one thing I've noticed, and not to take away anything from like the previous barbershops, but it's just crazy now that the amount of barbershops opening up in Toronto. And it just shows that there's so many talented barbers.
Yeah.
Because like before, like for us or for me personally, I only knew Royal and Throne. Now
before there was only a few shops
that were really well known. T-Mob, like La Section. Now it's like there's
so many shops.
Like like me, Victor Shop, Greystone, Balance, SK, and like all those shops, and it's crazy now to see like how well everyone's doing in terms of barbering, and now it's definitely hard in terms of marketing. Like everyone's doing the same thing, so it's definitely been hard to like differentiate between each barbershop. So
nice. What do you think District separates itself from the other barbers?
I think honestly, besides like, I'd say definitely like the services we offer. Yes. Because like we don't just offer barbering and like like the normal like perms and color, but definitely having hairstylists around like Jess and Carolyn, and then hair extensions with Nicole, and then also the lashes.
Yeah, you guys are the only shop I know that does that. Yeah.
I think there's another one. I think Lab does it too.
Oh,
I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's also an up and coming barbershop that's really good. But yeah, I think it's just the services that we provide to stand out. Because for me, when I opened up District, it's more like I wanted a community-based type of thing and a family-oriented thing, but also I wanted like a one-stop shop. Yeah. So everyone can come here, like their boyfriends and girlfriends can come here.
They come
families.
Together,
they can come together. Like just one place. And then I think that's what stood out to me. It's just like services and kind of like being able to cater to any kind of audience. So that was definitely the biggest thing for me.
Nice. What are any plans for the future or anything you're looking forward to?
Looking forward to definitely the summer. Nice. Just trying to enjoy it with the team and myself and my family. In terms of plans for the shop, I definitely would like to renovate a bit in terms of like the aesthetic of the shop. I don't know when, but I definitely would like to get around to it, and then definitely work on more marketing. Nice. I feel like sometimes we get content with just like how things are going and the flow of things, and I feel like I definitely have to do better in terms of marketing and helping these guys get busier. Nice. So that's definitely one thing. Yeah. In terms of a second shop, that'll be far down the future. It'd be nice too, but that'll be down the line. So, yeah.
When the time is right.
Yeah, when the time is right, exactly. Yes. So that's how it is.
And last but not least, any advice for anyone watching, like any experienced barbers or new barbers? Any advice you have for them?
In terms of like the barbers that want to get into shops, it's like just continue to like get your reps in. It's definitely not like something you can learn overnight or like through YouTube. You definitely have to get more practice in.
Yeah, put your time in.
Yeah, and then I guess for people trying to open up barbershops, like this shit hard. This shit's so hard, bro. But like, it's definitely worth it if you really feel and believe in yourself that you could become an owner. Like, yeah, do it up. Like it's a nice feeling to be able to like help people and like like be able to work with great people each and every day. So. Yeah, my advice is just continue to work hard and save as much bread as you can. Yeah. This thing is expensive, so yeah. Nice.
All right, thank you so much, Isaiah, for being on here. Yeah. If you're in the Markham and Eglinton area, come visit District. Come visit Isaiah and his team.
Yeah. And thank you, man, for having me.
Much love. Thank you.